Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cloud Town. This is Selleck, and I've been at work a little bit on the Nether hub. Thank you, Justify, for some tips. I really liked some of the things he mentioned in at the previous episode. So I am widening. I widened this hall, actually all the halls by, well, one on each side. And I found that adding these columns along the walls made it look really pretty cool. I really like the look of it. I have been, at this rate, I don't know that I'm ever going to do another quartz build again. Oh my goodness, I have spent hours and hours going around and getting quartz, even with Silk Touch, you know, so your stacks aren't as large when you're going through the Nether, and then coming back when fortuning all this stuff. It still takes forever, and well, yeah, this is probably a half chest full, be my guess. Maybe 2/3 of a half chest of full stacks of quartz, and so that's a lot when it's probably. I mean, it's not as difficult as gathering something like, you know, building with diamond or gold, but maybe building with lapis? I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good example or not. Because lapis, when you fortune lapis, man, you get a ton of it. So this may be more like, well, I guess it's just like quartz. I guess there's anything like it in the game. But we are not going to be working on this today. I feel like I'm making good progress on it. I like the ceilings. They're, I think, one higher, or a half slab higher. You can see that's the old ceiling still there. And I think I'm going to be able to move the portals around just a bit. This portal was up one, and I was able to move it back, and it still links just fine to our branch mine underneath. These guys, though, I might be able to move them forward or backward. Maybe. But I definitely can't move them any further apart. So I may be able to get a little bit better pattern going here. You see the pattern I was trying to go for. It doesn't quite work in the hallways diagonally, though. But maybe I can get it to work. Just have to fiddle around with it a bit. Okay, let's head on up. What I'd like to do is I want to... I feel like I've been trapped. Trapped is probably not the right word. I feel like I've been... what's the word? Fenced in by wanting to make clouds that look like this. That's ultimately what I feel. I think that though it would look cool to have lots of clouds that are at this level and flat, and I think, you know, to a degree I'll have that as a base or as a foundation. I think I want to be a little more creative. With the clouds. And I'll be honest with you, I've been inspired by Cube World. As you may or may not know, I've been playing the game. And recently, I think episode 2 just came out. And so I'm really enjoying that game. But, you know, I want to have something that's a little more appealing to look at, I guess. And these are appealing, don't get me wrong. But I think they need to be more appealing. So today we are going to be working on a new design of a cloud. I have lots. One of the things I have done a lot of that's gather lots and lots of snow, as you know. Hey, I rhymed. Okay, let's take you, and you're going to fill up a wheat, but I don't care. Okay, so let's plant while I talk. So, you know, one of my personal goals is to improve my designs. And, so yeah, we're going to be working on a new sort of more stylistic cloud today. And that is where we're going to put our farms. We're going to be transforming this cloud. This seems like a good candidate to transform. And so we're going to go a little avant-garde, a little interesting design a la Cube World-esque, and then we're going to try to put some farms in and around it. So let me finish cooking up the meat, and we'll get some snow together and start placing some blocks. By the way, you know when you think you've come up with a really good solution in Minecraft, and then you remember something that you realize, well, that was a really dumb idea? Yeah, this is never going to work. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea to put glowstone above my ice. Other than, you know, I just wanted it to be lit up. But yeah, it's never, ever going to freeze. I guess I could put them right above here, and that would work. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Because it does need to be lit, but it needs to be lit, well, in a very specific place. But that's another episode. So we have some snow. Quite a bit of snow. It's raining. Let's see if we can stop the rain. Okay. Daytime. Curse you! Okay. I have a lot of levels. And I guess that's one of the things that happens after... I remember what I was going to do now. After you have a thing like the Enderman farm, which is so ridiculously efficient. Yeah, it doesn't... You sort of lose the... Let's do this. Ow! Shoot. I was hoping to avoid that. But... It's just because I'm weird. I'm trying to conserve one charcoal. Sheesh. Okay, whatever. Was I saying something? Something about Minecraft? I don't know. Alright, alright. Okay, so, one of the things about the Cube World is, well, they just don't care about things like squares. They have all kinds of cool shapes. And it reminded me, actually, a bit of my time making the volcano. Well, just one. The volcano in my FTB world. Yeah, okay. And part of it is random, but there's also definite patterns to it. Like that. And, you know, I don't think there are any, like, crooked clouds or diagonal clouds in Cube World. But that's okay. I mean, we might make one because, well, we're not in Cube World, so we can do whatever we want to do. But we're going to have things like this. And we're going to have height to them. Instead of just being on one level, it's going to be going up. And another thing that I want to do is I want to have the buildings a little more integrated into the cloud. Now, that is my idea for this guy over here. I had planned on having it more integrated. But the problem with this one is it doesn't have... it's not tall enough. And part of the reason it's not tall enough is because I'm working off of this flat 12 by 12 idea. And it will still probably stay somewhat within that 12 by 12. But I feel like... Yeah, I feel like it's sort of cramping my creativity. Because what I end up doing is... And you may have fallen into the same kind of pattern. If you build things according to a very... I guess I'll use the word plain. Very plain pattern, which this is. I mean, you have to admit, it's just 12 by 12, 12 wide by 12 long by, 4 high. Very plain. And that's fine, but I don't feel... I don't know. Now, I'm probably gonna keep a lot of the ones that I've already done. I might expand upon it, sort of giving it a little more, like dimension to it. But our future ones, including our mob farm, which is still something I want to be doing. Well, we're going to be doing that probably after we work on our farm here. That or this part. I think I'm done with being in the Nether or underground for a while, to be honest. I mean, I'll probably still be doing some branch mining off camera, but whatever. Okay, so let me make a little progress on this and see where we get, and then you'll see, hopefully you'll see what I mean with my, my idea of sort of expanding it out and making it a little bit more real-world cloud-like. So I remember what I was going to say. I got a little distracted earlier. What I was saying was I have a lot of levels, and that's because I've been getting all those levels from mining quartz. There we go. I can talk. So yeah, so it normally you'd go and spin them right away. Aww. But because I have the super efficient Enderman farm, I just don't really care, to be honest. I could lose them all right now. I could fall off and die and end up with like 5 levels. But I wouldn't care because I cannot multitask. You go here, and you go here, and you come back in here, and you go right there. Oh my goodness. What a bad way of getting rid of... Hey, come here. Okay. Alright, whatever. Yeah, so because I have the Enderman farm, I don't care that I have 53 levels, and I might lose them. Because I can get them back very quickly. Okay. Are you still not night yet? Let's try it one more time. I need a clock. Okay, so I just told you. Let's make a little progress and blah, 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 blah. And here I am. I have not made any progress at all. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Why is that? Let's turn the particles off. Because, you know, I enjoy when... decreased. Okay. No? Minimal? Minimal. There we go. Okay, so what I was trying to say was I decided I wanted to do a little bit of a talkie. I enjoy when other people do talkies, and so I thought I'd give one. And it's... I wanted to voice my opinion about people who are opinionated. So, I guess it's sort of a pet peeve of mine. There are people that have very strong personalities. Let's go out a little bit further. And you know what? I'm one of those people. I have opinions. I have strong opinions. I feel very strongly about the things I feel strongly about. And maybe you do too. And that is totally cool. It's totally awesome. Very, I think, even important to have strong opinions. But what tends to happen, and I have done this, I cannot count how many times I have done this, is I will give my opinion in such a way that I leave no room for a differing opinion. Or I guess there's always room for differing opinion, but basically, any differing opinion is treated like you're an idiot to think otherwise. And I experienced that recently, where I was around some people with very strong opinions about things, and the other thing is, okay, so when someone has a strong opinion, they will tend to not listen, which is another thing I'm also guilty of at times. I'll assume, because I am so smart, that I am just absolutely convinced you are wrong, and therefore, no matter what you say, even if you're right, I don't think I do it on purpose per se, but I will most definitely, be less inclined to totally hear what you're saying. And that happened to me this weekend, with some folks, and, you know, it sort of bugged me just a little bit. because I'm like, I'm an intelligent person. I'm a capable person. Why are you just dismissing everything I say every time I say it? And it was really frustrating. And so, I thought about that. I thought, I'd like to express that, maybe talk a little bit about it. There is something to be said, in my opinion, about learning to, like I said before, it's important to have an opinion. But you need to learn, just as a human being, you need to learn how to be able to express that opinion in a way that it's fine to differ. And a good way to do it, I'll even show you how I like to practice it, is to say something like, well, you may disagree with me, which is fine. And so when you say that, I think I'm about to build like a big old snow bridge around. When I was building my, this is a side note, I guess, to the conversation. When I was building the skull in Feed the Beast, it really helped to have scaffolding. Now, it wasn't as important since, I had the jetpack, but I think that was before the advanced jetpack. So we're using those little dinky ones, and they ran out really fast. But, okay, whatever. So, because we're going to have to shape the bottom side as well, or it's just going to look goofy. So, opinions. Speaking of your opinion in a way that doesn't make the other person, say, pushed into a box. Or, you can put someone on their heels. And a lot of times, I remember giving my opinion and people would get upset. And I'd be like, why are you getting upset? It's just my opinion, man. But it was the way in which I expressed it. So, let me encourage you guys, as you're at school or at work or whatever you do in life, take time to consider how you come across to someone. And you know what? You may just frankly not give anything. I was going to say a swear word there, but I'll avoid it. But you just may not care. You may simply not care. And I guess that's fine, but you have to understand that there are ramifications for not caring. I guess one of the downsides to doing the snow this way is that it's going to make for a lot more snow harvesting, which is cool though. So, this world is filled with differing opinions, different, religious views, different political views, different views on Minecraft, whatever. I mean, there's so many thousands, millions, trillions even. I guess it can't be trillions since there's not trillions of people. So there are billions of opinions about different subjects. And yours may not be right. And I know that's like, well, duh, I know that's Selleck. But sometimes it can come across so strongly that, like I said, you really can just shut a conversation down. And worst case scenario, in my opinion, you can shut a relationship down. I tend to think that I can learn from anybody. I could learn to be a better person, to be... The music's so touching. I could learn to be a better person. I could learn to be... I think this is good. I think we're going to cap it off here. And... you can have the opportunity to learn from someone that maybe you would assume you could learn nothing from. And the reality is you could learn something from them, more than likely, if you're paying attention and not being a jerk. And so, yeah, let me just encourage you guys to when you're with people that don't agree with you, to try, to try speaking to them in a way that makes them feel respected, but yet you can still sort of express your opinion and let it be known. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it. It's just, it needs to be done in a way that is respectful. I was thinking as I was doing this, I did want to make one point, or emphasize one point, because I think I've already sort of mentioned it. And that is this. Have an opinion. Don't be a person that doesn't have one, but make sure that in expressing it, you're not... Okay, get out of the... No. This is going to be a pain. So let's build down. Yeah, let's build down. And over. Let's put a blocker there, then we can get on it. Yeah, so have an opinion and be thoughtful and respectful how you express it. And the good thing, if you do that, more than likely, if you're trying to convince somebody, you're far more likely to convince someone that your opinion is correct. If you're a good listener and can, a good, I guess, thing to practice when you're listening is ask yourself or even demonstrate that you can repeat the thing that person just said. If you can repeat the thing that person just said, and they're like, that's what I just said, then that's going to go a long way, because not only do they feel heard, which is important, when you make a point, their point, you're going to be able to articulate their point and understand, maybe even bring up, say, well, have you ever thought about this? This side of the argument. Because if you think about this, then maybe you wouldn't be thinking about everything else, the certain way you are. So, okay, I'm really done now. Okay, so this is the biggest problem with doing this kind of cloud, is that when you start with a block, it's going to be a lot more difficult to fix this cloud. It'll be a bit of a waste of snow, because I'm not going to try to gather all this snow up since I'm done with it. Okay, so I'm going to work on the bottom a little bit more, and then we'll go down to the bottom down here, and maybe over in the taiga. Dadgummit. Biome, and then we will take a look. Don't want to die. So yeah, the scaffolding is sort of distracting, so you'll have to sort of erase that with your fantastic imagination. See, that's just way better looking to me, in my humble opinion. I need to fix that right there. But that's just way more interesting looking. And then we're going to have some cool buildings. That probably won't be this episode, since this has been a bit of a talkie. Maybe I'll try to throw together something real quick. And, excuse me. Let's see, where am I at in my episode? 413. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to end it here, unfortunately, sadly. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, a bit more of a talkie. And by next episode, we will work on... the farm part is boring. The cool part is going to be the design around it. And so I'll show you my ideas, and we will implement them deftly, of course, whatever that means. And I'll probably work on some of these as well to make them interesting. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I'm thinking that this next Tuesday we're going to do a live stream Tuesday. Unless there's a better day to do live streams, which I don't know that there is. But this next Tuesday we're going to do live stream Tuesday, and I want to crash a PvP server. So have a PvP server in mind. I'm thinking 10 o'clock Eastern, which is a decent time all across the U.S. time zones. That's 9 Central, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific. And so that way we'll probably do it for about 2 hours. So I want to give everyone plenty of heads up. Mark it on your calendars, please. I would like to have a good turnout. And by good, I mean if 10% of the channel showed up, That would be great. So if 6 people showed up, that would be fantastic. Of course, I would take many, many more, but I'm going to set my expectations, I think, fairly reasonably. I hope reasonably. Well, I guess it's 20% of what most views I get. So maybe. We'll see. Please come. I think it'll be cool. So what is that date? 30th? Am I adding correctly? So yeah, let's plan on next Tuesday live stream. I'll announce it on Twitter and Twitch. Well, I'll be on Twitch, and I'll also probably put up a quick video like Generic B does. I'll probably just say, hey, stream right now, go, and hopefully we'll get 5 or 6 or more. And you know what? If you're the only person that shows up, that's also cool. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all again next time.